Hey everybody, it's Dungeon Master Mark, and today's video is going to be our, actually the day before Halloween event we did for a couple friends and then a couple YouTube subscribers that happened to be in town and were nice enough to join our game. So, this particular one was just called The Curse of the Mummy. Obviously it is Egyptian themed. So the party finds a map which, ironically, there's supposed to be some type of magical item that allows someone to become a lich or a mummy. It doesn't really specify, even if they don't meet all the normal requirements, even if they're not humanoid. So the party's kind of excited. There is a good wizard who's willing to pay a lot of money for this. So they are able to track down the location where this temple is. They finally do find it. And they do get waylaid by some bandits, of course, who don't want them to find this tomb under this pyramid that's covered in sand. And of course they go in. All they know is it's called the Heart of Osiris, which at first they think this large crystal is it, but it does not detect as magical. I'll go over some of the encounters here in a little bit. The other thing they notice is all the doors are very, very heavy stone slab doors. Obviously almost like a stone portcullis. And once they make their way over here to this area, which I apologize, the lighting of this room is not that great today. Gotta make their way down the steps, and directly down the far end of the hallway they see this sarcophagus standing up. Of course there's some treasure. What they don't realize, these magical coins that are in this bag are extremely heavy. Basically they kind of act like a lodestone where they slow the party down, whoever's carrying them. So if they split the party up, each person is going to be slowed slightly, just 10 foot per round slower than normal. Behind these two doors there are some Enchanted Skeletons. And this door, they open up and there appears to be a treasure vault or treasure room. There's a bunch of miscellaneous treasure goods. Doesn't seem like a whole lot for some type of ancient mummy or some type of ancient creature, but the party's kind of willing to go with it at this point. They do realize that some of the items detect as magical. Some of them are cursed, some of them are not. And of course the far side goes over this way. In the very top of this room there appears to be some type of large crystal set in the ceiling where it's almost like a vented area. The light comes in and hits these 4 crystals and then lightens up the room. So it's very bright. And of course you have the statue of Horus over there. They make their way through this area. There's these weird inscriptions, I cannot talk today, on the floor. And these skeletons in the corners animate, become flaming, and attack the party. And over this way, there's this weird moon symbol on the door. And a large pedestal seems to be dedicated to some type of moon goddess. So the party's kind of disappointed. They thought there'd be more treasure than this. So if the party does take the time to dig through this large pile of copper coins, there's actually a hidden trap door that lets them into this room, which is actually booby trapped. There's a lot of poisonous snakes like asps on the floor. What they don't realize is this is actually, sorry, my dog is dropping toys down the steps. This is actually a chamber that actually goes straight down, which oddly enough, it's like a 40-foot drop. It takes them down into this room. There's this weird like petrified heart. And then there's scrolls documenting the process of how a creature would become a mummy or a lich, even if it's not humanoid. Now the funny thing is, when they get into this room, if they open up the sarcophagus, it brings out a mummified beholder. So it's going to be a pretty epic fight for the main battle for the bad guy. Over here in this chamber we have a Petrogeist. Some corporal creatures there. There's going to be an optional shadow encounter. I don't think they're going to spring it depending on how much time we have. They may or may not. Of course, we have the flaming skeletons. We're going to have a set of mummies here where if this chamber is located and opened up, and there will be some roaming skeletal hounds. that bay, make all kinds of noise to alert other creatures. And of course, we have the skeletal guardians down here. One of these optional encounters is going to be a mummified centaur who was an evil cleric. So I think that would be a little bit interesting. I had to come up with some custom stats. So his main, of course, is going to be, or I should say his main attack is going to be charging, and then he's going to be basically empowering that weapon with his kind of negative energy and hopefully hitting someone with the maul and possibly critting them. There's going to be a couple traps. One of the, if I get the camera here to focus. There we go. See, one of the enchanted items here is cursed. So we have that. And then there's going to be a random section of pathway here that's going to have a spring-loaded trap. So when they walk down that, it's possibly going to attack them with the spears. And then of course we have these cultists, which there's a couple more of them over here. So overall, like I said, it's a pretty interesting encounter. If I get a moment, I may go ahead and type it up just as a PDF so I can upload it to the website in case anyone else wants to run that for a future event at their home. But yeah, like I said, it was a pretty fun adventure. I plan on running it again maybe next weekend or the weekend after that. So I have some photos I'll upload as well, just some of the different combats we went through. So yeah. So hopefully this gives you guys a couple ideas. If there's anything you guys are wanting to steal for ideas, definitely feel free to do so. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.